very urgent. Your soulmate is about to say goodbye forever. Please don't ignore this. My beloved child, wait, do not move away just yet. This message did not arrive by accident. Before you decide that it is only another ordinary moment, remain here for a little longer, because something is quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Do not skip. Stay until the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and if you leave now, you may never understand why your heart has been carrying a feeling it could never explain. There is a silence surrounding someone who has been connected to your journey for far longer than you realize. They have spoken countless words to the world, yet the words they truly wished to speak to you have remained trapped inside them. Every sunrise has become another question. Every sunset has become another unfinished chapter. They have waited through moments of hope, moments of confusion, and moments when they almost convinced themselves that letting go would be easier than holding on. But every time they tried to walk away completely, something unexpected pulled their thoughts back toward you. Listen carefully, because this is where everything begins to change. Your soulmate has reached a point where the weight of waiting feels heavier than ever before. Not because their feelings disappeared, but because they fear those feelings may never find a place to rest. Imagine standing at the edge of a road that stretches farther than the eye can see, wondering whether the person you have been waiting for is still walking toward you or has chosen another direction. That is the question echoing inside their heart right now. Do not skip this moment. The next few minutes matter more than they seem. There is a reason these words reached your screen today instead of yesterday or tomorrow. Timing often whispers before it speaks loudly, and many people overlook the quiet moments that later become the turning points of their lives. Your soulmate has replayed memories that never truly faded. Small details others would forget have remained alive inside them. A smile they imagined. A conversation they wished could happen. A future they once believed was possible. Those memories have become both a comfort and a burden. They remind them of hope, yet they also remind them of uncertainty. For a long time they believed patience would solve everything. They thought another day would bring another opportunity. Another week would reveal another sign. Another month would finally answer the questions they carried. But now they feel as though they have reached the final page of a story that was never completed. This does not mean the story has ended. It means a decision is approaching. Stay with this message. Something huge is waiting for you. There is something your soulmate has never admitted, even to themselves. Every time they tried to convince their heart to move on, they secretly wished for one undeniable sign that would make them stay. Not a dramatic miracle. Not a loud announcement. Just one quiet reassurance that hope was still alive. That hope has been flickering like a distant light through the darkness. Sometimes it shines brightly enough for them to believe again. Other times it grows so faint they wonder whether it was ever real. You may have noticed strange moments recently. Thoughts arriving without explanation. Memories appearing out of nowhere. A feeling that someone is thinking about you even when everything around you seems perfectly ordinary. These moments are easy to dismiss, yet they often arrive before important changes reveal themselves. Your soulmate is standing between two paths. One path tells them to keep believing. The other tells them to finally say goodbye to the dream they have protected for so long. They are exhausted from carrying unanswered questions. They are tired of pretending that uncertainty does not affect them. But here is the surprising part. Even now, as they prepare themselves emotionally for the possibility of letting go, your presence continues to interrupt every attempt they make to forget. They cannot explain why. They cannot understand why your memory continues to return at the most unexpected moments. It happens during ordinary days. During quiet evenings. During moments when they believed they had finally found peace. Do not skip. You have not heard the most important part yet. There is one hidden reason this connection refuses to disappear. It has nothing to do with chance. It has nothing to do with coincidence. Some connections remain unfinished because they still have something meaningful left to reveal. That unfinished chapter keeps calling both hearts back toward the same unanswered question. Your soulmate believes today could become the day they finally stop waiting forever. But before that decision becomes permanent, something unexpected begins to shift. A single realization. A single memory. A single feeling they can no longer ignore. It arrives quietly, almost unnoticed at first, yet it changes the direction of every thought they believed was settled. They begin asking themselves one question they have avoided for far too long. What if walking away now means leaving just before everything was about to change? That question refuses to leave them. And the answer? The answer is closer than either of you realizes. Stay until the end. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet shift has already begun, and almost nobody would notice it unless they were paying close attention. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment you are hearing these words is not ordinary, because while you are listening, your soulmate is facing a question they can no longer avoid. For the first time, they are wondering whether silence has protected their heart, or only delayed the happiness they have searched for. That thought keeps returning again and again, refusing to disappear. They have tried to convince themselves that saying goodbye would finally bring peace. They imagined closing the door forever, putting away every memory, and stepping into a future where your name would no longer echo inside their heart. Yet every time they picture that future, something feels incomplete. It is as if one missing piece refuses to let the entire picture come together. They cannot explain why your presence still feels closer than distance should allow. Do not skip this moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one detail your soulmate has hidden from everyone. Even during their busiest days, there is always one unexpected moment when everything becomes quiet, and your memory returns without permission. It happens so naturally that even they have stopped trying to resist it. A familiar feeling appears, bringing both comfort and uncertainty at the same time. They ask themselves, why does this connection still feel unfinished after everything that has happened? No answer has satisfied them, and that unanswered question has become impossible to ignore. Then something unexpected happens. Instead of finding reasons to leave, they begin remembering reasons to stay. Small moments become meaningful again. Tiny memories suddenly carry enormous weight. They realize that what they believed was fading may have only been waiting for the right moment to awaken. The story they thought was ending begins revealing pages they never noticed before. Every forgotten detail now points toward one possibility they never allowed themselves to believe. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that some connections cannot be measured by time, distance, or silence. Some journeys become stronger precisely because they survive seasons when nothing seems to move. And just as they prepare to make what they believe is their final decision, an unexpected realization reaches their heart with undeniable clarity. They stop for a moment, they breathe, and for the first time in a very long while, they begin asking not whether they should say goodbye forever, but whether this is finally the moment they should stop running from what they have always felt. And what happens immediately after that realization changes everything. Before the next moment unfolds, listen with your whole heart, because what you are about to hear is the part your soulmate never expected anyone to understand. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What has been hidden is finally beginning to rise to the surface, and once you see it, every unanswered feeling will begin to make sense. Your soulmate has been carrying one final thought that has followed them everywhere. They wake up with it. They fall asleep with it. Even when they smile, that question quietly remains inside their heart. They have asked themselves whether waiting for you is still the right choice, or whether they should quietly close the door forever. Yet every single time they prepare themselves to let go, something extraordinary interrupts that decision. A familiar feeling. A memory they never invited back. A strange sense of peace that appears without warning. It is as though every goodbye they try to speak is answered by an invisible reminder that your story has not reached its final page. Do not skip, because the next revelation changes everything. Your soulmate recently realized something they had never admitted before. They were never searching for another person. They were searching for the same feeling they only experienced when they thought about you. They met new faces, heard new voices, walked through new places, yet every comparison quietly led back to the same destination. No one carried the same presence. No one awakened the same hope. That realization shook them more deeply than they expected. They finally understood that distance could never erase what their heart remembered. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, they are standing at the edge of one final decision, believing this could be the last time they wait in silence. But just before they whisper goodbye inside their heart, one unexpected sign appears that stops everything. It is small enough for others to ignore, yet powerful enough to change the direction of their entire journey. That single moment becomes the reason they hesitate once again, because deep inside, they begin to believe that the ending they feared may actually become the beginning they have been waiting for all along. That I need you to notice something that almost everyone overlooks. The loudest moments rarely change a life, but the quiet decisions made in silence often change everything. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is standing inside one of those silent moments right now, and what happens next could become the memory they carry for years. They have almost convinced themselves that this is the last time they will look back. They have almost accepted that unanswered questions may never receive an answer. Yet every time they prepare to close that chapter forever, an unexpected feeling rises again. It is gentle, impossible to explain, and strong enough to stop them from taking that final emotional step. They keep asking themselves why your presence still feels so close when so much time has passed. Why does your name still bring peace before it brings questions? Why does every attempt to move forward somehow lead their thoughts back to you? They cannot solve this mystery, and that is exactly why they have not completely walked away. Stay with me because the next part changes everything. Your soulmate recently realized something they had never allowed themselves to believe before. They discovered that letting go is not the same as finding peace. They imagined that saying goodbye forever would finally make everything quiet inside their heart, but the opposite happened. The more they tried to erase this connection, the stronger it quietly became. Memories they thought had disappeared suddenly returned with surprising clarity. They remembered little details that seemed ordinary at the time but now feel incredibly meaningful. A smile. A feeling. A dream that refused to fade. Those memories have become impossible to ignore, and now they are wondering whether they misunderstood this entire journey from the beginning. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you because they are about to make one final decision, and before that decision becomes permanent, one unexpected realization is moving toward them. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is simply undeniable. For the first time, they are beginning to believe that the ending they feared may actually become the beginning they never expected. Their heart is no longer asking whether you mattered. It is asking whether it is finally time to stop running from the truth that has been waiting for them all along. Before this message continues, pause for one more moment, because what you are about to hear changes the meaning of everything that came before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has been carrying one final thought deep inside their heart, a thought they have hidden from everyone around them. They keep wondering whether they should finally close this chapter forever or wait just a little longer. Every passing day has felt like a silent test of hope. They have smiled when others were watching, but in quiet moments they return to the same question again and again. What if I am about to leave behind the one person I was never supposed to forget? That single question refuses to disappear. No matter how hard they try to silence it, your presence continues to echo through their heart in ways they cannot explain. This is why today feels different. This is why the atmosphere around this connection has begun to shift. Something invisible has started moving into place, and even they can feel it without understanding why. Do not skip, because the next revelation is the one they never expected. Just when your soulmate believed goodbye was becoming the only answer left, an unexpected feeling interrupted everything. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. It arrived quietly, yet it carried more power than anything they had experienced before. They suddenly realized that every future they imagined without you somehow felt incomplete. They tried to replace the feeling with logic, but their heart refused to cooperate. Instead of growing weaker, the connection became stronger. Instead of fading away, your memory became clearer than ever before. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The decision they believed had already been made is no longer certain. The goodbye they almost whispered has become a pause instead of an ending. And that pause is preparing the way for a moment neither of you saw coming. The next part reveals why this pause could become the beginning of a completely different story. Before you believe this story has already reached its answer, pause for one more moment, because everything is changing faster than anyone expected. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The goodbye your soulmate was preparing was never spoken out of a lack of love. It came from believing that silence had become the only answer left. They stood at the edge of one final decision, convincing themselves that perhaps the greatest act of love was quietly letting go. Yet every time they tried to close that chapter, something unexpected interrupted them. A memory appeared without warning. A familiar feeling returned without invitation. Your presence found its way back into their thoughts when they least expected it. They asked themselves, why does this connection refuse to disappear? That single question changed everything they thought they understood. What looked like an ending suddenly began to resemble the beginning of something neither heart had imagined. Don't skip, because this next part holds the reason this title found you today. Your soulmate has reached a moment where they can no longer ignore what has been growing inside them. They finally understand that every attempt to move forward without answers only brought them back to the same place. They have stopped running from what they truly feel. Instead of asking whether they should say goodbye forever, they have started asking whether they were about to leave just before everything was meant to change. That realization arrived quietly, but its impact was greater than anything they had experienced before. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The words they almost spoke are no longer the words filling their heart. Instead of a farewell, a different message is beginning to form. A message filled with honesty, hope, and the courage they never believed they still possessed. The next step has not happened yet, but for the first time in a very long time, your soulmate no longer sees the future as an empty road. They see one final reason to believe that this story still has another chapter waiting to be revealed. Before another thought enters your mind, pause here because the next part of this journey changes everything you believed was happening. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has reached the moment they once promised themselves would never come. They have stopped asking whether you care, stopped searching for impossible answers, and stopped expecting life to suddenly explain why this connection has remained unfinished for so long. Yet just as they prepared to close that chapter forever, something completely unexpected interrupted their decision. It was not a loud event. It was not a dramatic sign. It was a quiet realization that refused to leave them alone. They suddenly understood that every time they tried to erase you from their heart, your memory returned stronger than before. The harder they tried to forget, the more impossible forgetting became. Do not skip because this is where the hidden truth begins to reveal itself. Your soulmate has been speaking to themselves in silence, wondering if saying goodbye would finally bring peace. They imagined walking forward without looking back, believing that would finally end the waiting. But every future they imagined without you felt strangely incomplete. Every new beginning somehow led back to the same unanswered feeling. They could not understand why one name continued to echo inside their heart when everything else had already changed. They even questioned whether they should ignore what they were feeling forever, but their heart refused to cooperate. It kept reminding them that some people are remembered because of the past, while others are remembered because they still belong somewhere in the future. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part has not happened yet. At the exact moment they believed they were about to let go forever, a single thought stopped everything. They asked themselves a question they had avoided for months. What if this goodbye is happening only because I cannot see what is already moving toward me? That one question changed the direction of every emotion they carried. Suddenly, they no longer saw the connection as something broken. They began seeing it as something unfinished. There is a powerful difference between something that is over and something that is simply waiting for the right moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what your soulmate is about to discover next will make them realize that the ending they feared may actually become the beginning they never expected. I know this sounds impossible, but this is the moment everything begins to reveal itself. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The silence your soulmate has been carrying is no longer peaceful. It has become the kind of silence that appears just before someone makes the biggest decision of their life. They have reached the point where they are asking themselves whether they should finally close the door they have kept open only for you. Yet every single time they prepare to say goodbye forever, your memory appears with unexpected strength, stopping them before they can take that final emotional step. They keep wondering why your name refuses to disappear from their heart. They have tried to become stronger. They have tried to convince themselves that waiting any longer makes no sense. They even imagined what life would look like without thinking about you. But every future they picture somehow leads back to the same unanswered place. They cannot escape the feeling that something remains unfinished. That feeling has become impossible to ignore, and it is growing stronger with every passing day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is something your soulmate has never admitted to anyone. Deep inside, they believe that if one unexpected sign appears now, they will never choose goodbye. They are hoping for a reason to believe that everything they felt was leading somewhere meaningful. They are waiting for one final confirmation before making the decision they have delayed for so long. What surprises them most is that this confirmation begins to arrive in ways they never expected. Small moments suddenly feel important. Ordinary memories suddenly become powerful. Random thoughts suddenly carry deep meaning. As these moments continue, your soulmate starts questioning every conclusion they made. They realize they may have been preparing to walk away just before the greatest turning point of this connection. Their heart begins replacing doubt with curiosity. Instead of asking, "Should I leave forever?" they quietly begin asking, "What if everything is finally about to change?" That single question transforms the entire direction of their thoughts. Hope slowly returns, not because someone forced it to, but because it refuses to disappear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, your soulmate is closer than ever to understanding why this connection never truly faded. They are beginning to see that every delay, every unanswered moment, and every unexpected silence may have been preparing both of you for something far greater than either of you imagined. The goodbye they believed was approaching is no longer certain. Instead, a brand new possibility is beginning to take its place, and what happens next could become the moment both hearts have been waiting for all along. A quiet truth is finally beginning to rise, and this is the moment you have been waiting for without even realizing it. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happens next is not loud, but it has the power to change everything your soulmate believed was already decided. They were ready to close the door forever, convinced that silence was the only answer left. Yet just before that final thought settled into their heart, something unexpected interrupted them. It was not a voice. It was not a message. It was a feeling so powerful that they could no longer ignore it. They stopped, looked back in their heart one more time, and your presence appeared again with greater clarity than ever before. For the first time, they stopped asking whether you cared enough. Instead, they began asking whether they had misunderstood the entire journey. Every unanswered moment suddenly looked different. Every delay started to feel less like rejection and more like preparation. They realized that some of the strongest connections are never built through speed. They are built through patience, quiet growth, and perfect timing. That realization shook them deeply because it challenged everything they had convinced themselves to believe. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next realization is even greater. Your soulmate has reached a place where pretending no longer feels possible. They cannot continue acting as though your connection was ordinary because every attempt to move on has led them back to the same truth. Every distraction faded. Every new direction eventually circled back to the same unanswered feeling. That frightened them at first, but now it gives them hope. They finally understand that some people leave your thoughts with time, while one extraordinary person remains no matter how far life seems to move forward. That person has always been you. Imagine standing before a door that has remained closed for what feels like forever. You almost walk away because nothing appears to be changing. Then, just as you turn around, you hear the smallest sound from the other side. That is exactly what is happening inside your soulmate's heart. The door they believed was permanently closed has begun to move. Not because someone forced it open, but because truth finally became stronger than fear. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one final thought your soulmate cannot escape anymore. They keep asking themselves why your name continues to arrive in unexpected moments. Why certain memories suddenly feel brighter. Why hope refuses to disappear even after they believed they had reached the end. The answer keeps returning with quiet certainty. Some connections are not meant to disappear simply because time passes. Some journeys pause only so both hearts can become ready for what comes next. Your soulmate is no longer preparing a goodbye in the way they once imagined. Instead, they are preparing themselves to face a truth they have delayed for far too long. They know they cannot continue hiding from what they feel. They know they cannot keep pretending that your story has already ended. Something inside them has changed forever, and once a heart reaches that realization, it never returns to the way it was before. This is why today feels different. Not because everything has already happened, but because everything is finally beginning. The silence that once felt empty now carries expectation. The waiting that once felt endless now carries purpose. The distance that once looked impossible now appears shorter than ever before. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter is not about losing someone forever. It is about discovering why the connection survived every moment that should have broken it, and the truth waiting ahead is greater than either heart ever imagined.